Chasing fire tonight.
All right, we are back where all the magic happens, my purple bedroom. And since I got a lot of great response from that last video, I'm going to try to do a weekly question type answer for all of you guys on questions I get a lot. So the second question, I got a text from my buddy Josh, and Josh said, my friend, my pec is either strained or pulled. Happened at a meet last week, powerlifting meet, and was hurt about 2 weeks prior. How long should I rest this sucker? So I've gotten this question many times about dealing with injury and things that you can do to prevent them. And I just kind of want to tell you a quick story. About 2 years ago, I used to do stiff leg deadlifts and also good mornings a lot. And I was doing some good mornings with about 185 pounds. And anybody that's familiar with this exercise, it's not meant to really go heavy. It's one of those things where it's meant to just really work the hamstrings and get a good stretch. But I decided that I was going to be working my ego and then I was going to go heavy on it. So I started to go down on the rep and felt an extreme amount of pain in my middle back. And I was working out with my brother and I racked it. And I immediately went to the ground to try to stretch it out because I thought that would be very helpful. And I knew that at this point, this was the end of the workout, right? I did not want to take any more risk on what potentially could be harmful for my back for the rest of my life. So I laid down, kind of stretched it out, discussed it with my brother. My brother's like, "Hey, you all right?" And I said, "Yeah, but I'm gonna take the rest of the day off. You know, you can get the rest of your workout in." And the next morning, I scheduled a meeting with the chiro, got work done, and also got to put a heating pad on it, and I think that really helped. But then I took, man, I don't know, every time I make these videos I have to burp, excuse me. But I took about a week off to kind of just really rest, really just try to go light until I felt more comfortable doing exercises. And honestly, it's kind of made me stop doing that exercise. But there's a million ways you can work your hamstrings, so it wasn't the end of the world. But you know, I think that this story is kind of a testament to the way that I've dealt with things. I think, you know, your body is kind of in comparison to a car, right? So you're scheduled to get an oil change every 3,000, every 4,000 miles. And if you don't get that oil change, you know, down the road you could have more extreme problems. You keep driving without getting an oil change, then you could potentially be spending thousands of dollars in the long run on something that could have definitely been prevented. So I kind of compare this to, you know, training and dealing with injuries. If you feel something minor, you know, knowing the difference between, you know, having aches and pains that are serious, but also knowing your kind of limits, then, you know, you can take preventative measures to really, you know, make sure that you get your body back in shape. Because really it's about the long term. I mean, sometimes we think in the short term, but I think this in particular is about the long-term ramifications. Something like your back, you use your back in everything you do in normal life. Is it really worth pulling maybe an extra 10, 15 pounds on a lift for, you know, screwing up your back for your whole life and paying thousands of dollars and chiro bills? Hell no. Hell no. So I decided to add my stretching routine into this video, which you should be seeing probably right now. And this is kind of a 2 to 3 minute stretching routine that I do before and after every workout. My problem areas with my body have always been kind of my hip area and my lower back. So this routine in particular, I focus on those two areas. You can see me doing some kind of deep squat, wall stretch. You can see me also doing this thing called the couch stretch, which really stretches out the quads, some lower back stretches, child's pose, that kind of stuff. Because like I said, these are kind of my preventative measures that I'm taking. I take an extra 5 minutes out of my workouts, each workout, to really start doing this. And I haven't really been doing this for that long. Probably the last 3 or so months when my back started getting really bad and I was having to spend a long time laying over a workout ball and stretching it out. And you know, a lot of these movements are not things I created. I use a couple resources. One in particular is Elliot Hulse. He's got a lot of stretching routines for different issues and talks a lot about structural integrity, which is very important. And I'll keep that link in the below so you can check out his channel. But also my buddy Yoga Derek, who obviously he's the yoga guru on campus, and I really respect and take in consideration his opinion. He kind of showed me some of these stretches and got me to stretch out a little bit more my last semester of college. So those are a couple different resources that I use. I'll be sure to link you to Derek's Facebook page also, and like I said, Elliot Holt's YouTube page. But really, like I said, it's about preventative maintenance and just taking the right actions, whatever it is, whether that be tendinitis or whether that be lower back pain, whatever it is, to take preventative measures. I use a lot of my resources, whether that's the internet, looking on WebMD, looking on YouTube for different stretches that you can do to kind of help ease the pain. And like I said, this is extremely important for the long run. I mean, we all have egos. We all want weight to go up, fast. So, we do things that we probably shouldn't be doing to our bodies and lifting a lot more weight than we should probably be lifting. So take these measures, do your research, do your preventative maintenance, and really stay healthy. But for now, keep slaying.